Welcome to a brief tour of the new Placer County Office of Education web portal. As you know, the PCOE portal was recently redesigned in order to make it much easier to navigate the environment and access the information important to our visitors. The site opens in a way that emphasizes the theme of the portal, that being, with the right teacher, anything is possible. After a moment, the navigation at the top of the page and important hyperlinks to specific inside destinations become visible. After the page is loaded, returning to the home page displays a new image emphasizing the organization's message, but each of these images load immediately and randomly. Taking a quick look at the top navigation bar, the primary links are About, Departments, Early Childhood Education, Educational Services, Programs and Services, and Professional Development. Mousing over these links displays the contents of each of the chapters of the site. When we mouse over About, we see that we could quickly visit the areas related to the County Superintendent, agency initiatives, Connect with PCOE, and so on. Mousing over Departments gives us a one-click access to the departments of the site. This top menu bar is available on every page of the site, and so every page of the site has an easy-to-use navigation system immediately available. Let's demonstrate this navigation system. If I mouse over Educational Services, we can see that one of the subchapters in the world of educational services is Prevention Supports and Services. We can also see that in the world of Prevention Supports and Services, there are several different programs with dedicated pages. If I click on the chapter title Prevention Supports and Services, I'm delivered to what we call a chapter header page for the world of Prevention Supports and Services. If I scroll down this page, we see that there's an area for announcements, followed by a brief description and link to each of the pages in this chapter. As I scroll down, we can see that one of the pages in this chapter is Tobacco Use Prevention and Education. By clicking on this link, I can visit that page. And here we are on the Tobacco Use Prevention and Education page. I want to point out that at the top of the page is a navigation aid called a breadcrumb. This series of clickable titles shows us the path that we used to get to the page that we are currently on. We can see that this little trail starts with the home page, then Educational Services, Prevention Supports and Services, and then the specific page, Tobacco Use Prevention and Education. I also want to point out that over on the left-hand side of the page, the sidebar navigation also shows us that we are in the Educational Services chapter and in a Prevention Supports and Services subchapter, which we can see is bold and in italics. And if I scroll down a bit, we can see that the page, Tobacco Use Prevention and Education, is also bold and in italics. This system of navigation allows you to move from any page in the site to any other page in the site, typically with a single click. If we wanted to move to a different page in the Prevention Supports and Services chapter, for instance, Student Attendance Review Board, we could click on it over in the left-hand navigation, or we could use the primary navigation at the top of the page. Visiting the Prevention Supports and Services page itself for just a moment, I want to point out that most of the chapter header pages contain brief descriptions of each of the pages in the chapter to help visitors understand which pages they may or may not want to visit more effectively than visiting each page to find out if it pertains to them. These chapter header pages provide summaries of all of the programs and services in each chapter to dramatically speed finding what you're specifically looking for. Let's click on the Home icon in the top banner bar and go back to the home page. The Programs and Services link presents much of the information that is available in early childhood education and educational services, but it's organized according to audience. Dividing out the pages and their links this way makes it easier for parents and students to find the programs and services that pertain to them, without confusing them with pages and chapters intended for educators. The world of professional development has also been displayed in a manner that facilitates educators finding the programs that they are searching for. Above the primary navigation are social links and utilities. Starting with a link to the PCOE Twitter account and Facebook pages, followed by a link to Canvas. Then there's a new link, What's My District? Here, visitors can enter their home address, and the system will identify the district that they reside in. Clicking on the indicated district will connect them to a PDF of the schools in that district. The next link in the top banner bar is the staff directory. This is also a new feature that allows a visitor to search the PCOE directory for staff information based on either the name of an individual, their title, or the name of a program or service. For instance, if I type in SELPA, I get a list of the individuals that have SELPA either in their business title or in their department name. The Need Assistance link provides an easy way for the organization to list the most common questions it's presented with and the appropriate answers. This area is designed to be easily edited and expanded. Last but not least is search. If I type in PBIS and hit search, I get the following links, which when moused over display thumbnails of the destination pages, which I can reach by simply clicking the link. Before we leave this page, let me point out some of the enhancements to the pages themselves. As you can see on the Positive Behavior Intervention and Supports page, each page starts with a page title and a picture that represents the topic of the page. To keep the pages shorter and provide for better organization of the information, instead of one real long text area, a text area with multiple tabs organizing the content is provided. The first tab is always active, which in this case is the PBIS framework. But we can see that there are tabs for events, connecting with PBIS, resources, and documents. Below that are the key contacts for PBIS. On the right-hand side of the page is an area for FAQs oriented towards PBIS. Below that are links to PBIS resources. And under that is a spotlight for an upcoming PBIS event, which you can register for by clicking on this link. As you become familiar with the site, you'll see that most of the pages have a similar layout: an image, an introduction, an area for announcements, and an area for tabbed information to facilitate ease of use. Let's go back to the home page. And that's all there is to navigating the new PCOE portal to quickly find whatever you need.